video ain't going to be about cars, except for the ones I'm passing. Low on cash for gas today, and I'm bored, so I got an idea for another video. I hope you guys like it. Hey guys, I want to show you something. It's just 4 miles from my house. You know how the state will have these little white signs about the history on the side of the road that you can't read going by because you're going by too fast? Just 3 miles from my home, this is our area's connection to Mark Twain. Mark Twain's dad had a log cabin right here. Samuel and Pamela Clemens, grandparents of Mark Twain, settled here in 1803. Samuel was accidentally killed in 1805 in a house raising, which is building a house. Their eldest son, John Marshall, the father of Mark Twain, lived here until he moved west. Isn't that cool? Take time, stop by, read these, because I'll be honest, I'm 54, and the first time I read this, going up and down these roads all this time, was just a couple of years ago. I never knew that our area had a connection to Mark Twain. Getting ready to pass Lakin State Prison, the only state prison for women. It's a women's prison in West Virginia. It's got low, medium, and high class all together at once. There's a federal prison in West Virginia for women, but this is the only state prison in West Virginia for women. There you guys got a shot of it. Pretty cool, huh? Here at a cemetery, guys. I want to show you something that always kind of flipped me out, and when I tell people about it, they'll say, I never thought of it. What made you think of that? So right here's the cemetery. And what always went through my mind is, when you go down in this dip right here, and the cemetery's right here, I'd always think, oh my God, I'm eye level to the bodies, because it goes down farther than 6 feet. Am I weird for thinking that? This place is 4 miles from my house. It's the exact spot where a bar called the Katydid burnt down in the 1890s. There's a big newspaper clipping they'd have on the wall in here. And they built this back in the 1980s and opened it up as a bar for a while and called it the Katydid. Had the newspaper framed on the wall. Just 4 miles from my house. Now somebody lives in it and made it into a house, but I always thought that was cool that they did that. Keep being you guys. I'm at the Mason County Farm Museum, and it's a very cool place just about 5 miles from my area. They built some old buildings, and a lot of these buildings are original buildings that they brought all around our area. A little general store. Here's a little doctor's office. We'll walk you through, but there's something really cool here that I think some of you guys would be interested in. Old doctor's office. Look at the old building, old wood. Look at that, guys. Isn't that cool? Try to go slow here. Old phone. Nothing reproduction here. Look at the old wheelchair. The old I'm sick, I gotta pee and then poop in the bed thing. Pretty cool, huh, guys? Now, my barber, when I go to my dad would take me to this barber, and he'd have a taxidermy. He was a big-time hunter, Mr. Bauer, B-A-U-E-U-R, B-A-U-E-R, yeah. And he donated all of his guns and all his animals, his taxidermy, and they built this very nice building here to put them all in. Watch, you'll be amazed. This was all his. He had it at his home, and no one realized it. I guess people close to him realized it. But he was a hunter. He'd go all over the world to hunt. He was an elderly man when he was cutting my hair 40 years ago. I think it's so cool. I mean, I'm not really into taxidermy, but I can appreciate the art form of it, I guess, even though I'm not a hunter. Never was a hunter, but I definitely have a lot of friends that are hunters. Don't have nothing against it. This other room is going to blow your guys' minds if you like guns. I'll remind you, this is one man's collection, his lifetime collection. Now it's a little museum. Like I said, this is one man's collection, lifetime collection. Now it's a museum. There are just so many guns in here. It's unreal. One man's collection. One barber lifetime collection. I think it's so cool. He donated it. He didn't have no kids, and his wife had already passed away. So he wanted people to see it and experience his collection. Like I said, this is one man's lifetime collection. My barber as a kid, Mr. Bauer, B-A-U-E-R. He was a barber in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Didn't have no children. His wife already passed away. So right there he is. Here he is hunting. But definitely check out the video I did of his guns that I will give you a quick look at. All these hunting guns. All the way down there. Check it out, guys. One man's collection. My childhood barber. All his guns. Isn't that unreal? I think this is so cool. And I think it's very nice. This tells what kind of man he was to donate all this. Here he is. Here's some of his knife collection. Belt buckles, horns, all kind of stuff. Chris was his first name. There's how you spell it. There he is as a young man back in the 50s. It just amazes me. Look at that thing. Piece of artwork. Same with that one. Winchester Model 94. Oh, it's an anniversary. 1869 to 1969 ago. Not as old as some of these in here. Look at these pistols. Just so cool. Colt black powder, Sam Colt, New York, double barrel hammer, Remington, 1868 gun, Elsley, DeBolt, 38 caliber, Sugar, single shot, 22 caliber, Colt, West Virginia Continental, model 1903, Stevens Arms Company, 22 caliber, Ivor Johnson, 22 caliber, blank. Smith & Wesson 38 special. That's so cool. There he is again. All this just amazes me that one man had this. Look at the size of that bear, especially that one. Look at that buffalo, bison, whatever. Elks. I hope you guys like this. I'm going to tour the rest of the Mason County Farm Museum. If you're ever in this area, it's a great place to stop and look at. Like I said, some of these buildings are actual buildings that they moved here. That was old buildings. Like that doctor's office that we was in right down there. Here's the register, the newspaper building. Now this, I'm thinking, not for sure. Thinking it's not an old building. Well, it might be. They use old pieces to make some of the old buildings. Look at that thing. The Oster Ander Seymour Company, Chicago. Extra heavy. Yeah, I'd say. It has something to do with the press, evidently. Because that's what all this is. from the Point Pleasant Register. I think that's so cool that they kept all this. Keep the blocks, the letters in here until they need them. Well, that's cool. Look at them presses back there. Reminds me of something I seen on the Waltons or something. Oh, this building was made. I mean, it's got the old logs and everything. There's a balcony. Pretty cool church. The heart of every church, the organ. Look at the axe marks in the wood where they're making it square. I got some of these chairs. I've even got the older ones that don't have the bolts in them. They're just put together. Okay. Created by Dick Orr. That used to be a banker in New Haven. It's beautiful. Now this one was here when I was a child. It's a lot of older taxidermy. It's a big old horse. I think his name was what was it? Artem. Can't remember. Yep, General. One of the largest horses in the area. Registered Belgian. I seen him as a child. I remember that my dad taking him at the fair to watch him. That cool wagon, coach. I'm sure I got some hunters in my subscribers, and the ones that ain't, well, they can turn off. Hopefully come back when I got cars. Yeah, this is all older taxidermy, like 40 years plus. Some kind of game. It's as close as I want to get to a crocodile or alligator. Here's a building that was moved here. The Summers House. Built approximately 1812, home of George Summers, family originally located along the Kanawha River near Winfield, West Virginia. That's what's cool about these buildings, where they took them down and put them back together when they got them here. Oh yeah, it's like walking in a home. Well, this was a home at one time. There'd be the living room. Didn't have the chicken wire then. Little bassinet, rocker. The old viewfinder, you put them cards in there. That was the movies back in the 1800s. Here's a
look into what's behind the drywall. Oh, this is nice. A little like sewing or setting room. I don't know. Didn't have a TV room back then. Look at that old playhouse. Beautiful clock up there. Just look at that. That's just a beautiful piece of furniture right there. There's a piano or an organ. Old washing. That's how you'd wash your clothes when you... That was new for its time, I guess. Oh, the kitchen. Look at that beautiful stove, guys. Look at that. Old iron board. That's a ice box. What we had before the refrigerator. That thing there, I don't know quite what that's used for. I've seen it before. Oh, we got the important dining room. Back in the time when everybody sat down and ate together. No TVs or electrical devices. A wheelchair in the back to keep us from talking to each other. Let's go upstairs. First thing I see is a little baby bed. Oh, bedroom. That is cool. And the child's bedroom. Oh no. There's a child's bed in there. A bath. Not bassinet, what do you call them? You guys know. And over there, the green. That's the water. That's how you'd wash. Pour water out of the pitcher into the bowl. A couple old suitcases. I love suitcases. The old style of them. There's something about them. $18.12. Look at all the people that's walked up and down these steps. Little coat and hat racks. Yeah, that's a pretty cool place. I like that. $18.12, guys. That is pretty cool. Let's walk over here. Now this is one that's, well, the logs are old, so I don't know. It could be, but a lot of these are just, some of these, like a sawmill over there, are just made that weren't actually a building before. This log house is donated, so it was a log house somewhere at one time. Oh yeah. This is like before the time of the house we was just in. That's so cool. Still got the bark on the bottom side. Look at that fireplace. Cooking and everything was done there. Your beds. This is one room living, guys. I haven't been here for a while. I don't really remember these buildings being here. Huh. This is cool. This is like a quilt making area. Low ceilings. That's pretty cool. Sure, you guys have a lot of stuff you've never seen before, because I haven't. The koi house. These are how our little buildings used to be for the pigs and whatever. McCoy House, built in the 1880s. Wow. So these are actual log houses that they've just tore down somewhere. Thought maybe these just from an old logs. I know these old logs, you can tell by the axe marks where they make them square. This one's locked up. They're working on it. It ain't quite ready to display yet. Yeah, these are pretty cool. Little pig, chicken, whatever off the ground to keep the rascals from getting them. This is Dr. Harry L. Newell. He was a veterinarian in St. Albans. This is all his stuff that somebody's kept and donated. Old phone on the wall back there. Old adding machine. Cash register. Oh, this is a beautiful desk. That is just beautiful. Roll-up desk. Pretty cool. Next, we're walking into an old barber shop. That's an old one there. That is a very old light. It's cool. Bars Barber Shop. The one that donated all them guns and taxidermy animals. This was behind where you get your hair cut, like it is now, these things. You know, I'm trying to think, a barber chair. That was what was actually on his wall until the time he closed down. Haircut 65 cents. That's been a while ago, guys. Shoe shine. I think that's that's a dentist chair there. Shoe shine. Walking in a post office next, guys. Or post office history museum, I guess. Out Derby High when I was a child, go out with my grandma's. This is actually how they had it. It's still an old one like that. I remember as a child in the 80s, post office still being like this in my area. Let's see the back side of it. Another beautiful roll-up desk. Pretty cool, guys. Here's some old military stuff from our area. This room. Old phone. Army phone. A bit modern, Vietnam War. More military stuff. Look at that. That's very nice. I get on camera and I always forget what to say. Can't just get chest. That's what I was trying to think. Look at the artillery guys. Art that they'd make And the foxholes out the shales back there. Isn't that cool? All that art right there they made. Anybody that served, I thank you greatly for keeping this country free. Go look at some wagons right now, guys. These aren't remanufactured. These are actual old original wagons. It's like an Amish one there, but it's an older Amish one, you can tell. These are like what they call doctor's buggy, that one, and that one. Another Amish. Now this is a funeral wagon, and just look at the artwork, guys. It's unreal. Isn't that beautiful? The artwork on it. And here's all these old original wagons. Look at this funeral wagon, guys. The woodwork, the detail in it. Late 1800s. Is that just not beautiful? I love the work. It looks like drapes or curtains. Doctor's buggies, all kind in here. All original. Here's all kind of machinery that was used on the farm. That's out of an old Willys Whippet, Overland Whippet, before Willys bought it. That's an old one there. Oil well. Blacksmith shop, guys. This is cool. There's the coal they'd use to heat the fire back there. Look at the brickwork. Going in the blacksmith shop now, guys. Look at all the tools. Amazes you how hard these people had to work back then. Or it amazes me. That radio back there, that's modern, as you guys know. Pretty cool in here, isn't it, guys? All the saws. These beautiful antiques. carpenter shop, guys. Need shoe work done, or not shoe work, house work done, something built. This schoolhouse was built in 1870 originally and tore down and brought here. Just so happens it's closed for repairs right now. But if I remember right, it was full of stuff. It's got hairline cracks in it, so it's kind of hard to see. But it gives you an idea of it. Just amazes me that they keep these buildings, tearing down and bring them here. I think that's great. Back in the time of steam. And things was built to last, guys. 120 some years later, still looking good. Steam power, guys. Back in a time when they built something to last 125 plus years. National Board. Good company. Says 1929 there. I don't know if that's when it was made or somebody put that stamp on later to verify it for some reason. Look at how this is made. It's just unreal. Eclipse. We're into the Farm Museum, guys. And it's just so much stuff, it overwhelms you. But I'm going to kind of take a walk through, slow walk, and show you guys. Old jukebox, and look at these old radios, wind up radios, sewing machines. That's a cool setup of an oil well to show it. Typewriters. That's a cute little John Deere. It's a small one. Cash registers, this, you name it. If it's old, it's in here. Couple cool bikes. I like that back fender on that one. I like bikes. I bought and sold them for a couple, 3 years there. Old wagon. You could spend a good hour in here. Look at that safe, guys. That old safe, isn't that cool? Never safe. radios. I also did those for a couple of years, more than that. Just sold mostly old radios, like these kinds up on the wall here, and smaller ones too. Table radios or whatever you want to call them, cabinet radios. Old washing machines here, guys. Washing. All these bottles. Medicine bottles. Telegraph insulators. A little bit of everything, guys. Indian heads, which is big in our area. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna show you some tractors now, guys. That is an old one there. I don't know much about my tractors. I bet Big Mike would know, wouldn't he? I bet he would. Separate diesel. Look at that old case. That's a piece of machinery there. John Deere. John Deere. McCormick Daring. There's an old one. Old case there. Another old case right there. Arm on the end. Pretty cool, guys. Some cool old motors in here. Look at these steam engines. Wow. Just huge. Big that thing is. Steam tractor. Stood up to drive it. These are ones they put out during the fair time to start up. Last but not least, the general store. Looks to be locked up. Well, we can walk out on the porch. Kind of gander in there. Is that not cool, guys? Pretty cool, huh, guys?